Hi, I'm Irrelevant and this is Relevant Topics. You probably have heard many times people saying that communism doesn't work and that every time it's been implemented it hasn't worked. And I'm here to tell you that's not quite true. Actually, communism has worked every single time it's been implemented. I used to be a Marxist communist, and it took me getting out of being a Marxist / communist to realize that it actually has worked every single time. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's worked for the elite. It's worked for the people who have been in control and have been in power, because it usually evolves into an authoritarian kind of government. The people in power have a lot of power over everyone, and it's unquestioned power. You can essentially do whatever you want to the people. Look at what the CCP is doing right now to the Chinese people. Look, for example, in Venezuela, people are starving for food, but you see Maduro's and the people around him who are really, really fat. Same thing in Cuba with Fidel Castro. He had a lot of money, like a lot of money. At least that's what the information I've got thus far says. So, I mean, the people in power in Russia, China, Cuba, Venezuela, Vietnam, or whatever any other country that you want that implemented communism, they were not struggling for anything, actually. They had a very good life, and they only had to keep everyone else in control. It's like essentially having a countrywide cartel that you control, and if someone comes out of line, you can kill them. There's no repercussion for you. So since I used to be a Marxist myself, I used to be a useful idiot, one of those morons I used to think that real communism was, which I'm sure you've heard, that wasn't real communism. Somehow I think I am going to implement real communism, or real communism has yet to be implemented, or whatever, which is very arrogant and very stupid and very ignorant. However, it took me to get out of communism to realize that it has worked. The only people who don't see that way, or who can't, who don't understand that that's the point of communism, is the useful idiots, the people who genuinely believe in the supposed goal of communism, which is like to make everyone equal or whatever, something like that. I'm summarizing for the sake of the video, but I know a lot of people right now are focusing on COVID and a lot of stuff, but I think we should, at some point, if we can, because as a whole, this whole thing is just, it comes from this, because many of you may know that a lot of world governments in Europe and the United States have seen what's happening in China with CCP and how much control they have got over the people. And it's my impression, and I think I've seen other people saying similar things, that they want to implement that same model in a worldwide, in the whole world, essentially, and have like a world government in which you control the people in the same way that the CCP does. And that's why they're using the whole racial thing and dividing people with like all sorts of identity, whatever, with identity politics, with oppress and oppressor kind of dichotomy, so that people, you have that constant battle against people. So we do have to, I think we have to focus on that a lot more, because essentially what these people want to do is to bring global communism, and the communism that I talked in the beginning, in which the elite, the people in power, benefit and everyone else is kind of fucked. and I kind of don't want to be fucked. I hope you are in the same train as me. I really would love to prevent these people from achieving their apparent goal. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm irrelevant. Thank you. Cheers.